What is up, you guys? This is favorite cutie Tati, and today I'm giving you guys another Talking with Tati. So this video today is all about like forgiveness. So I have made so many videos, you guys, like countless videos about my dad and how I felt about my dad. And for those of you guys who are new here, like I just have a lot of trauma around like just not having the father figure that I wanted and really honestly deserved in my life. I'm not gonna get too far deep into it because what I want to focus today is on like what I've gathered from basically not really speaking to my dad anymore. Like I don't really have a relationship with him at this point. And basically what I have learned so far is that you in life, in order to be able to let go of like a trauma with your parent, I feel like the first step is to just start to see them as like their own person outside of like your parent, and understand that that person is going to be who they are, and no matter how angry you are, no matter how hurt you are, sometimes no matter how many times you express what can be done to rectify or to mend a situation, you'll never have control over another person. Oh shit, hold on. All right, you guys, sorry about that. I'm actually going to be shooting some confessionals today for the Tati show, which, you know, you should watch that. It's going to be coming out very soon. But anyway, I gathered that basically you just have to accept a person as they are, and no amount of hurt, no amount of like explaining is going to make anybody change or do anything different that doesn't have the desire. So sometimes, even as hurtful as it is, being like, well, damn, I really, I feel like all of us have this inherent like entitlement to feel like, my parents should want to do this thing. My parents should want to be in my life still. My parents should, come out and see me and, visit and make it a priority to have space for me in their life and be intentional about like, living like you have a daughter, or living like you have this, that, or the third. Like, you can have these things and you can have these thoughts and you can have these feelings, and all of them are true. All of them are valid. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you can't change anybody. So you have to either be a person who accepts that that person is never going to be what you want them to be to you. And if it's important to you, you can continue to, like, I guess, stay in proximity, however you want to handle that situation. And sometimes you can just choose to remove yourself. And sometimes I always think about like the end goal, right? Because you know how people always be like, oh, well, you only have one mom, you only have one dad, and all of that is very understandable. But something within me, it's just hard for me to feel like that just because someone has the same blood and DNA as me, that I should have to commit my life to chasing after a relationship that is, what do they call it when it's not reciprocal? I don't know. Unrequited connection, just because someone has your same blood, has your same, whatever. Yes, maybe this person is the reason why I'm here. Not even maybe, it is. And I just have to, I can love myself and also that person by just embracing myself, and because ultimately that person is within me as well. So I just been trying to just have all these thoughts and kind of sit with it. And I love the parts of me that I am starting to recognize are kind of similar to that person, and that gives me like it gives me a peace. But I also don't feel the need to like just chase after anybody, because I just feel like at a certain point it becomes unfair and it becomes very selfish, and I feel like it's abandoning myself to have to keep putting myself in a position to be hurt, to never be understood, to never fully have an apology that I would want. And I just chose to set myself free. And I think that for those of you guys who have a similar situation, maybe you're not close to certain people in your family, maybe it's your sibling, it could be anybody. At the end of the day, if you have to sever ties in order to preserve your peace of mind and your just be able to stay graceful in your life and stay loving, sometimes you do just have to love people from a distance. And if I could have something be different, then I would. But also wishing and hoping, like I said, it only goes so far. You can't change somebody who doesn't see the value in what it is that you are trying to offer. And also, I have the thought that sometimes everybody shows different love differently. Some people have different values, and I question why, but at the end of the day, it's not my choice. I just have peace about accepting that if everything was to end tomorrow, as far as like, you know, because people do have expiration dates. If something was to happen, or I would genuinely just be at peace with it, because I think about it all the time, because I feel like I've done everything that I could do. I feel like I have shown as much love as I possibly could have. I feel like I've fought for something that has not fought for me, and that's why growing up I just decided to let it go. And I just want to also share this to other people who are maybe a person who like sees somebody who has that kind of relationship. Oh, you have to mend this, and you have to do this, and you have to do that. Never be that person. I have my dad has a friend that from the very beginning, as long as I can remember, she has always made excuses for this man. And even my dad's family, all I've ever gotten from them are excuses as to why this person does this, that, and the third. I'm just like, y'all explaining more than he is. Y'all care to explain more than he does, and that you just have to look at actions, like, you know. But don't be that person is what I want to say. Like, if you want, I feel like if anything, always just leave it up to the person who's making the choice, because 9 times out of 10 you guys don't understand that like kids who don't talk to their parents, it's usually not because it's their first choice. It's not my first choice. I would love to have a dad who would come and visit me maybe once a year, even if it's once every 2 years. Ask me to come back home, make space for me. Oh, I have this going on, would you like to come home, blah blah blah. You know, I would love to have that. I would love to have a dad that, you know, wanted to be there with me when I'm buying a car, no matter how old I get. You know, somebody who will come and check out the apartment before you get there. It's just a real father figure who is involved and is present in my life. And I don't know, it's just a very interesting topic, but we're at 7 minutes, so let's go ahead and pull one of our affirmation cards. You guys know I do this every single day. By the way, while I'm shuffling, please make sure to give this video a like. If you made it this far, it's because you like the video, okay? And make sure you subscribe to Oh Your Name is Tati everywhere on socials. And also make sure to follow It's the Tati Show on Instagram and on YouTube. Inspire. Okay, so I had pulled Inspire. I never got this card before. Inspire. Affirmation: I can inspire others even if I am in a work in progress. And you know what, I like that this came up, because sometimes I feel like I don't know if I should talk on something if I haven't fully like rectified it. I feel like I'm still in progress with all of this, but I'm just sharing my thoughts, and maybe in hopes of connecting with other people who have difficult relationships with their parents. Let's build community. Let's talk about it. Reminder: I can help others while helping myself. Love that. Practice: ask people in your life how you help them accomplish their goals. How do you inspire them? Oh, I actually might do this. I might actually do this and do a video on it. So I'm going to set this card to the side. Thank you guys so much for joining me every single day here at 9 a.m. It's been a pleasure to hang out with you guys. I'm not going to hold you. Have the best day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Besos. Bye.